Have you ever found yourself, maybe because you were like me and you were consistently shy in school and you were the kid that you tried to make friends but you were bullied easily, you dealt with Asperger's or some mild form of autism, and maybe you had ADHD like myself, and instead of playing with the other kids out in the playground or the neighborhood, you found yourself watching cartoons like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, different animes. And it was something that, looking back, I didn't think of it as a big deal. I actually looked at it as like, I'm protecting myself and I'm guarding myself because I had this family member already betray me, so I didn't necessarily trust people in my life, let alone strangers from my school or in the neighborhood, and trying to bring them into my life and just being backstabbed by them because I was already backstabbed, I felt, by my dad at the time. So it was just difficult for me to trust people. So the reason I'm kind of shining the spotlight on all my negative qualities, or not really negative qualities, but qualities that no one would really want to boast and brag about, my speech impediment, all my learning disabilities and stuff like that growing up, being antisocial, still working on that to this day, which is why I try to record as many videos as I can, especially when I'm running a sales company. I have to improve. The reason I'm bringing it up is to show you that you too, you can do this. And I'm not trying to sell you anything in this video at all. I'm just wanting to encourage you, because what I went from, which was a shy, insecure, unstable family, little kid living with my mom in a small apartment in a not the best situation, and not having any support, no friends, watching cartoons, staying inside, not socializing, to where I am now, there was one thing that really helped me. And it's something that I've tried to create with this channel. I'm sure you're gonna see where this is going if you follow this channel for a while, but can you guess it? It's creating a sense of community and accountability with someone else, so that no matter what you're doing in life, no matter who comes in and out of your life, what circumstances happen to you, you have that one special person holding you accountable to who you said you were going to be. And in this instance, that person in my life is you that's watching this video, number one, because I want to show up and constantly try to improve my videos and the quality of my work and just how I express myself, and inspiring you guys in different ways, and not just coming with the same content and regurgitated topics. I really want to expand and try to challenge myself to come at you guys with new videos. So that's the first thing that holds me accountable. But besides me holding myself accountable with you that's watching and making that public, so I have to perform on a consistent basis, what I do is I created now a group with, well, it's not a group, but it's just me and my brother. And this is all you need starting off, of just one other person. Maybe it can be someone at your level or beneath you that you're mentoring, or someone above you that you're taking advice from. I think if you can get all three at different levels, you'll grow even faster, and you'll be able to come up with more ideas, and you'll just be more inspired to keep pushing through life when life challenges you. But we created a group now where it's accountability. So he's 19, I'm giving him tips and advice of what I would have done if I was 19. I'm also working on how I speak and how I talk and how I lead that relationship and how I can help him, which then translates into me making better content for you guys. And it also helps me in my business make better sales pitches, make better pitch decks, and talk to these big business owners and be able to close these deals on a massive scale. So all of it trickles down. And what I did with my brother and I, and what I would recommend you do, and this is the whole point of this video, so I need you to really listen up carefully to what I'm about to say. Sit down with someone, it doesn't matter who they are, and have them be your accountability partner moving forward. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down the top 3 goals you have for this year, okay? They can be big, they can be small, they can be medium sized. Make sure they're sort of achievable, but also push the boundary a little bit. Go outside of what you think you could possibly achieve. Aim for the stars and yet still hit the moon. And what this does when you have an accountability partner like what I have is someone that's constantly auditing what you're doing with your day and holding you accountable to the goals that you set forth at the beginning of that first initial conversation you had with that person. And I think it's really healthy to have a mix of highbrow level goals and lowbrow level goals. A lowbrow level goal would be like, I want a fat crib, I want a fast car, I want to make the best YouTube channel, I want to make a ton of cash, this much per month, all this kind of like lowbrow level stuff. But it feeds your ego still. And sometimes, especially when you're younger, that's kind of where you start off, But then the highbrow level goal is more of like outside of just yourself and your world, and wanting to make a huge impact in the world with what you can do and the talents and the gifts that God has given you. So for instance, you can maybe look into starting a charity or a foundation that helps a certain cause that you want to do. And you can give back by maybe even just producing free content online, or making a blog that helps, maybe if you're a writer, undiscovered writers and teaching them how to break into writing. Or if you're an artist, maybe going to an orphanage or an old folks home and like people that we don't really think about in our day-to-day egotistical lives, and teaching them how to draw and interacting with them and being creative around them and getting them to expand their minds and, you know, pass on the passion that you have in a free way where you're just giving of yourself without an expectation in return, but you know it's for a higher cause and it's outside of yourself. And that truly is the most fulfilling thing you can do. And when I was dealing with depression, what I realized when I started doing this was my depression was based on me just thinking about myself and being very caught up in my own ego and selfishness, quite literally just constantly thinking about what was wrong with my situation. And this person screwed me over, that person did this to me, I shouldn't be born here, I shouldn't live this life. But I had to take a step back, and what I did was pour into other people and help them out that maybe had worse problems and situations than I did, to get my mind out of my own head and focus on the bigger picture in life. All right, so I know that's besides the point of this video, but I just want to bring that up. That's extremely important if you can let that land in your mind. So the main thing I really want to hammer home in this video is the fact that it's so essential, and I wish I would have started this earlier, to have an accountability group, or at least one other person, maybe a group of people, even better, that are like-minded and are striving towards some sort of goal and are inspired like you. Or maybe you're not inspired, you have a group of friends that like certain things like you. You know, I was antisocial and I didn't necessarily want to leave the house, but I had to become social because we live in a social world, and it's really easy for us to not want to do these things. But having an accountability partner and someone that you can check in with on a daily, consistent basis as to where they are with their goals and where you are with your goals and what you're doing to strive to achieve better things, this can 10x the results that you get in your life just by having someone watching you and correcting you and making a daily, monthly audit on the progress you're making on your goals to where you want to be and who you say you are. Because if you don't achieve those things, then that person is going to lose a lot of respect for you. And quite frankly, you're going to look like a flake and a fool. And who wants to look like a flake and a fool and someone that can't be trusted? So it puts a lot of that social proof on you. And to do the things you don't necessarily want to do, because there's days you wake up and you're just like, why am I here? I didn't sleep well. I hate my life. All this stuff. But it causes you to just take a step back, relax, gather yourself, and understand. And what I had to understand, because I was selfish and depressed, that was what caused it, is that this world's bigger than yourself. There's other people going through similar situations, and we need to work together to hold each other accountable. And hopefully that's what I've done with this video and my future videos and the videos in the past I've made on this channel for you specifically, so that you have the motivation, inspiration to continue to push forward no matter what has happened to you in the past. I've had a lot of bad things happen to me. I've shared them openly, and I know for a fact that you listening to this, that some of you won't always resonate with this, but you listening, you most likely have related to some of it. And I want you to know we have a group of like-minded men in the comment section across the world, including myself, and we all are holding each other accountable on this platform. So you're not alone. Don't think you're alone. We're all in this together. I love you. Stay blessed. Start forming accountability groups and hold yourself to a higher standard every single day, and audit what you're doing with each moment of the day to get to your long-term goals.